And thanks for staying with us. Again, we have ABC24 political analyst Otis Sanford and Kenneth Whalum on our panel today. Thanks for staying with us. This past week, new developments in whether two leading Memphis mayoral candidates will be eligible to run this October. Candidates Floyd Bonner and Van Turner are challenging the city's 5-year residency requirement since both moved into the Bluff City within the past year. For now, the Shelby County Election Commission took down the residency requirement from its website. They did that because the city's chief legal officer hasn't given a definitive ruling on whether the residency rule should apply as it has in the past. Attorneys even asking a judge to subpoena that chief legal officer and Mayor Jim Strickland. That's considered unlikely, but will be decided in a hearing this week. A judge could make a final ruling May 1st. Well, Otis, I mean, we need closure. Do you think we're going to have closure on May 1st? Because these are two leading candidates that we need one way or the other. Eligibility.
We do need some closure here. The filing deadline, I think it's still July, but picking up the petitions and all of that starts in May, as I recall. We do need some closure here. And I just don't understand. There's a lot of blame to go around on all of this. But I'll say two major things here. I don't understand why the city does not make some kind of definitive decision on residency. To me, the city should be the one to say that, and they're not saying it, and I just don't understand that.
Yeah. Well,
what do you say?
Yeah. I understand. The reason is because when we say the city, we're talking about politicians. We're talking about city is not a monolith. We're talking about human beings who have to make political decisions.
Right.
And the reason Mayor Jim Strickland and others at the city haven't said anything is because it might benefit them either way. If I want to run for something else and there's a residency requirement, but I don't live in the city, well, I want to keep it vague so that at some point there has to be a judicial decision. Now, my position is, and I've said it here before, my position is that neither Van nor Floyd nor Willie nor anybody else who was not clearly living inside the city of Memphis, they ought not have a chance to run, period.
But I mean, how important is it to have maybe a subpoena, have this legal officer be kind of on record in court just saying one way or the other to help the judge make a final decision?
It's just not going to happen.
I think it should happen. Though,
yeah, it should, but it's not going to. I agree with it.
It should happen. So it is the city's responsibility to state emphatically what is the residency rule here. Don't let the election commission do it. Don't let Bob Myers do it. I mean, this is a city function. These are city offices. So come on now, get up off your duff and make a definitive statement here. But to your point on the candidates who are affected by this, I think it's the court of public opinion that's going to have more of a say about that, because there are a lot of people out there who are saying, how can you lead the city if you haven't lived in the city? And I think they're going to have to address that in the campaign. But I do think we need some judicial decisions here for closure's sake.
I don't disagree.
And with that as a backdrop, gentlemen, tomorrow the Daily Memphian is holding a debate. 6 of the 11 mayoral candidates expected to appear at such a crowded field. Do you think anyone can stand out? Is it too early, Reverend?
I'm going to make a prediction. Paul Young has demonstrated on the campaign trail that he is articulate, confident, knowledgeable of city functions because of his past experience. I predict he's going to blow him out of the water tomorrow night.
That's a good prediction. I'm not going to make any predictions about that, but I am going to say that the public needs to start paying attention to this. And I've said that before on the show. This is the most crucial mayoral election we've had in a generation, going all the way back to 1991 in my mind, and even before that. And so we need to start paying attention. These candidates need to start addressing the critical issues here, especially around crime, around policing itself, around your thoughts about the current police chief, and then everything else that goes on around that, infrastructure, and how are you going to handle the $350 million request that Jim Strickland asked for. It's going to be under your watch.
Right.
So there's a lot to talk about here, and I hope that some of these candidates, whoever it is, if it's Paul Young, if it's Michelle McKissick, make your case and start trying to convince this community that you have what it takes to lead the city.
I will accept tomorrow night's discussion topics. They're all connected to crime, but I'll accept them only because the Daily Memphian says that this is the first of 2 or 3 other debates, and hopefully public education will get to the table.
Well, I hope so.